Have you ever wondered what emotional pain is and how it affects you? Let's delve into this often overlooked aspect of our lives. Emotional pain, unlike physical pain, doesn't originate from a visible wound or injury. It's a type of pain that stems from non-physical sources, a pain that you can't see but can profoundly feel. Imagine a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 signifies unhappiness and 10 represents complete happiness. Emotional pain can be placed anywhere along this scale, depending on its intensity and the impact it has on your life. It's a subjective experience that can vary greatly from person to person. But what causes emotional pain? The truth is, it can be triggered by a myriad of factors. One significant contributor is our environment, including our workplace. Yes, the place where we spend a significant part of our day can have a substantial impact on our emotional well-being. A supportive and positive work environment where you feel valued and appreciated can foster happiness and fulfillment. In such an environment, you're likely to thrive and give your all, leading to not only personal satisfaction, but also increased productivity and performance. On the flip side, an unsupportive, negative work environment can be detrimental to your emotional health. If you feel undervalued and subjected to incivility, your emotional well-being may suffer. This pain, often described as soul-destroying, can have far-reaching effects on your overall health and quality of life. In our society, we tend to focus predominantly on physical pain, often neglecting the emotional aspect. However, it's essential to understand that emotional pain is just as real and just as impactful. It's time we shift our perspective and give emotional pain the attention it deserves. So, as we navigate through life and face various challenges, let's remember to check in with our emotional health. Let's strive to create environments that promote emotional well-being, not just for ourselves, but also for those around us. After all, our emotional health plays a crucial role in shaping our overall life experience. Emotional pain can be soul-destroying, but it is often overlooked in our physical-focused society. Do you believe that your work environment can determine your happiness level? This question may provoke some thought, but it's more than just a philosophical musing. It's a fundamental consideration for everyone who spends a significant portion of their life at work. Let's delve into this. Imagine working in a supportive and positive environment where you are valued and respected. In such a setting, you'd likely flourish, thrive, and find yourself more than willing to give your best. Your happiness level, on a scale from 1 to 10, might consistently hover around the higher end. However, what if the scenario is flipped? What if you find yourself in an unsupportive, negative work environment where incivility reigns and you're not valued? This is where emotional pain creeps in. It's invisible, often ignored, but deeply felt. This pain can be soul-destroying, and it's high time we acknowledge its existence and impact. Working in a toxic environment can manifest physically. You might experience migraines, a common symptom of stress and emotional distress. High blood pressure could be another telltale sign. And then there's fatigue, not just the physical tiredness after a long day, but the deep-seated exhaustion that comes from constant emotional strain. It's not just your physical health that suffers. Your productivity can take a hit too. When you're unhappy, can you truly give your all? Likely your output and performance take a nosedive. The emotional pain you're feeling can sap your motivation, creativity, and commitment. And let's not forget about the ripple effect. When one person in a team is suffering, it can impact the entire group's morale and performance. Emotional pain is not an isolated issue. It can permeate an entire organization if left unaddressed. So, we return to our opening question. Can your work environment determine your happiness level? The evidence suggests a resounding yes. A positive work environment can foster happiness, health, and productivity. Conversely, a negative one can lead to emotional pain, with physical symptoms and decreased performance as the unfortunate fallout. An unhealthy work environment can lead to physical symptoms, indicating the presence of emotional pain. This is a reality many face. The next step is to understand how we can address this issue, foster emotional intelligence, and strive for a positive work-life balance. During the COVID-19 pandemic, which organizations do you think fared the best? A rhetorical question, yet one that bears pondering. The organizations that truly thrived were those led by leaders with high emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, or EI, is the ability to understand and manage not only your own emotions, but also those of others. It's about empathy, self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, and social skills. In the context of leadership, EI is not merely a nice-to-have, it's a crucial attribute. Imagine the uncertainty and fear that gripped the world during the pandemic. Now think about the organizations that not only survived but thrived. They were led by leaders who understood their employees' fears, empathized with their situations, and provided reassurance and clear communication in a time of crisis. These leaders displayed emotional intelligence in abundance. Take, for example, the leaders who prioritized their employees' well-being over profits. They understood that employees are not just cogs in a machine, but human beings with emotions, fears, and anxieties. They implemented flexible work hours, provided mental health support, and created a supportive environment that helped employees navigate the crisis. Their actions not only helped their employees but also their organizations. They saw less employee turnover, higher engagement, and improved productivity. Contrast this with leaders who lacked emotional intelligence. They failed to empathize with their employees, leading to increased stress, lower morale, and ultimately, a negative impact on the organization's performance. The difference is stark and serves as a testament to the power of emotional intelligence in leadership. Leaders with high emotional intelligence are not just leaders, they are guides, mentors, and most importantly, they are human. They understand that their employees are not just workers, but people with emotions. They create an environment where employees feel valued and cared for. So why is emotional intelligence important in leadership? Because it creates a positive work environment, promotes happiness, and leads to increased productivity. Leaders with high emotional intelligence can foster a positive work environment, promoting happiness and productivity among the staff. Opening. How can we ensure a positive work-life balance? So what is work-life balance? At its core, it's about having the flexibility to manage time between work and personal life. It's about giving equal importance to our job, which often defines us, and our personal life, which often refines us. Imagine a scale. On one side is your professional life, filled with deadlines, meetings, and projects. On the other side, there's your personal life, filled with family time, hobbies, and relaxation. A positive work-life balance is achieved when neither side outweighs the other, when both are in harmony. Sure, it's easier said than done. I remember when I first started my career, I was so engrossed in my work that my personal life took a back seat. I was productive, yes, but I wasn't happy. I felt a constant emotional pain, a sense of emptiness. That's when I realized the importance of work-life balance. It's not about working less, it's about working smart. It's about setting boundaries, prioritizing tasks, and realizing that it's okay to take a break. For me, a positive work-life balance means finishing my work during office hours and then dedicating time to my hobbies. I love poetry, so I write poems. I love gardening, so I spend time with my plants. I love cooking, so I experiment with new recipes. All these activities help me unwind, help me deal with the emotional pain. But remember, work-life balance is personal. What works for me might not work for you. It's all about understanding what makes you happy, what relieves your emotional pain, and then incorporating it into your routine. You might be a manager, wondering how to ensure a positive work-life balance for your team. Start by leading by example. Encourage them to take breaks, respect their off hours, and most importantly, create a supportive work environment. Remember, a positive work-life balance doesn't just reduce emotional pain, it also increases productivity, performance, and job satisfaction. It's a win-win situation for everyone. Closing. Having a positive work-life balance allows us to manage our time effectively between work and personal life, reducing emotional pain. How can we prevent or manage emotional pain? This question brings us to our toolkit and the white paper challenge, both designed to help you navigate the murky waters of emotional distress. Let's start with the toolkit. This is a collection of strategies and techniques that can help you manage emotional pain. It includes self-care activities, mindfulness practices, and exercises to build resilience. These tools are not one-size-fits-all solutions, but rather a menu of options that you can choose from based on what resonates with you and your unique situation. The white paper challenge, on the other hand, is a deeper dive into understanding and resolving your emotional pain. It's an invitation to critically examine the sources of your distress, the impact it has on your life, and the strategies you've been using to cope. This challenge encourages you to write about your experiences, insights, and solutions, fostering a sense of empowerment and agency over your emotional well-being. Now let's talk about self-appraisal and SWOT analysis. Self-appraisal is a process of self-evaluation that involves identifying your strengths and weaknesses, as well as opportunities for growth and potential threats to your well-being. It's a powerful tool for self-awareness, helping you to understand your emotional state and how it's influenced by various factors in your life. A SWOT analysis, which stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, is another useful tool. It involves identifying your internal strengths and weaknesses, as well as external opportunities and threats. This can be particularly helpful in identifying areas of your life that may be contributing to your emotional pain and areas where positive changes can be made. These tools and strategies are not meant to replace professional help. If you're struggling with severe emotional pain, it's important to reach out to a mental health professional. But these tools can be a valuable addition to your emotional wellness toolkit, helping you navigate the ups and downs of life with greater ease and resilience. In conclusion, prevention is indeed better than cure. Recognizing and addressing emotional pain early can help prevent its physical manifestations. Are you ready for a self-assessment activity? Let's dive into an introspective journey where we will assess various aspects of our lives. This exercise will help us identify areas that may be contributing to emotional pain. First, grab an A4 size piece of paper and a pen. Draw a large circle on this paper, then divide this circle into 10 segments. Each segment represents an aspect of your life that you'd like to explore. This could be your work, personal relationships, hobbies, health, or anything else that holds significance for you. Now it's time to score these aspects on a scale of 1 to 10. A score of 10 represents absolute happiness, satisfaction, or fulfillment in that area, while a score of 1 indicates the opposite: unhappiness, dissatisfaction, or discontent. Be honest with yourself. Remember, this is not a test, but a tool for self-understanding and self-improvement. After scoring each aspect, draw a line from the center of the circle through all the points. Shade the area enclosed by these lines using different colors. Look at the picture you've created. Does it look balanced to you, or do you notice any unevenness? The segments with lower scores may be the areas of your life causing emotional pain. These are the areas that need your attention. Perhaps you're not satisfied with your work-life balance, or maybe personal relationships are causing you stress. It could also be that a lack of hobbies or leisure activities is affecting your overall well-being. Remember, this self-assessment is not about blame or guilt. It's about awareness and action. It's about identifying the areas of your life that need nurturing and then taking steps to address them. This self-assessment activity can be a powerful tool in identifying and addressing emotional pain. It can provide a visual representation of your emotional state, making it easier to understand where your pain is coming from. So, take this opportunity to reflect, understand, and ultimately heal. Remember, well-being in the workplace starts with well-being within yourself. What have we learned about emotional pain and its management? As we wrap up this discussion, let's take a moment to reflect on the key takeaways. We've delved into the concept of emotional pain, which is a non-physical pain that you feel deeply. It's invisible, but it's very real and its impact is profound. This pain can be rated on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being unhappy and 10 being happy. We've also explored how our work environment can significantly influence our emotional health. A positive, supportive environment where you're valued can lead to flourishing, happiness, and increased productivity. Conversely, a negative, unsupportive environment can lead to emotional pain that can manifest in various physical symptoms such as migraines, high blood pressure, and fatigue. We've touched on the importance of emotional intelligence in leadership, especially in challenging times like the COVID-19 pandemic. Leaders with high emotional intelligence can cultivate a supportive work environment that promotes the well-being of their teams, leading to a win-win situation for everyone involved. Lower sickness absence, increased performance, productivity, and retention of staff are some of the benefits of such an environment. We've also discussed the concept of work-life balance and how it contributes to emotional well-being. Having the flexibility to manage time between your work and personal life can significantly reduce emotional pain. Engaging in activities you love outside of work, such as writing poetry, gardening, or volunteering, can create a positive ripple effect that inspires not just you, but also the next generation. We've provided you with a toolkit for managing emotional pain and encouraged you to take part in a self-assessment activity. This activity involves drawing a circle divided into 10 segments, each representing an aspect of your life. Scoring each aspect and shading the circle according to your happiness level can help you visualize your current state of emotional well-being and identify areas that need improvement. In summary, emotional pain is a complex issue that requires our attention and effort to manage. It's not always about physical symptoms or tangible problems. Sometimes it's about the pain we feel deep inside, the pain that doesn't show but affects our lives in profound ways. Remember, emotional pain is real and can be managed. Listen to your body and take steps to promote your emotional well-being. It's not just about surviving in a world filled with challenges, but thriving and finding happiness amidst them. So let's embrace this journey of emotional well-being together, one step at a time.